A very good evening. You're watching India Today Social Media. I'm Nabila Jamal, bringing you the roundup of the day's news. Let me start with the shocking death, which many claim is mysterious and there is a conspiracy behind. The seer's death. In fact, the seer, he is the head of Akhara Parishad, Narendra Giri. He, in fact, is quite popular. He's a popular seer. He's done extensive work for the communities on ground, social service that he's rendered through the decades. So his death by suicide has come as a major shock. In fact, Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath was also present. He visited the mutt as well and also looked into all angles, said that the police is probing if at all this is suicide or if this is any kind of, he was forced to commit suicide because of some kind of conspiracy or blackmail, or if this was eventually murder. So this is the allegation that's being made by some of his disciples and a few people around who've been ardent followers of the seer, saying that it's impossible that the seer would take his life and that this could be a conspiracy or a murder, that there should be a CBI probe as well. So, well, that said, we're looking at a suicide note that's been found alongside in that room where the seer committed suicide allegedly. Now, he was found hanging in his room around the afternoon, around 4 p.m. What happened was that he ate his lunch early at around 12 p.m. He went into his room, he went to rest, which he usually does, and then he usually comes back out around 3:34 to meet the public. But that day, unfortunately, he did not step out of his room until 4, so that bothered some of his disciples, and they went in, knocked at the doors, and eventually he did not open it. They forced themselves open, and then they saw him hanging from the ceiling with a rope tied on his neck. So here the disciples say that they found a suicide note, which is in the hands of the police, where he's written extensively naming Anand Giri, one of his disciples itself. Anand Giri was his close aide, his disciple, almost his prodigy. In fact, Anand Giri was said to have handled his finances at one point. He and Anand Giri had a fallout and they sort of tried to reconcile the issue back in May. What was the reason for the fallout? We hear that Anand Giri, carried out some fraudulent activities with some finances of the mutt. That was the allegation. But of course, the cops currently are probing the matter further. Anand Giri, of course, denies any of this. He says the suicide note is false. It's not true. In fact, Anand Giri claims that Narendra Giri, the seer who committed suicide, allegedly did not even know how to write. That's Anand Giri's claims, but Anand Giri himself has been named in the suicide note. So, of course, the police currently probing not just Anand Giri, also of two other mutt seers who are also currently arrested, who have been named in that suicide note. So, let me take you through the names of them. The main priest of Prayagraj's Hanuman Mandir, Adya Tiwari, as well as his son Sandeep Tiwari, have also been arrested. They've also been named in the suicide note along with Anand Giri. So these are the three people who are currently being investigated, apart from Ajay Singh, who's the seer's guard. He's been arrested and investigated. Manish Shukla, who's the Mahan's close aide as well. He's also being interrogated. Now, these are 5 people who've now been arrested, and the Yogi Adityanath government promises that they will ensure that any conspiracy will be quickly, they'll strike down and will ensure that the guilty is arrested. Now, there are several questions on what exactly may have led to the suicide. In fact, was he tortured? Was the seer tortured? That's the question here. There are a lot of speculation about how an SP leader, which is that SP leader, there's no clarity. An SP leader allegedly tried to blackmail Narendra Giri seer. He used a video to blackmail him. That's what we hear from sources on ground. Again, like I said, unless investigation completes, we can't put a finger on the reason to what really led him to commit suicide, if at all he did. If this is not murder, if this is prima facie, it looks like suicide. We also hear that the seer ordered for a rope 2 days in advance. So he possibly knew that he was doing something, he wanted to do something like this, but what led to his suicide remains to be established. So SP leader allegedly tried to blackmail him using a video. Anand Giri and that SP leader also reportedly knew each other. Now, what was that video? What exactly happened? Not too sure. Again, the seer, apart from the suicide note, has also allegedly left a video behind. In that video, he's almost more or less said the same thing in that video what he's written in that suicide note, saying that he's been harassed and tortured by Anand Giri and a few others, and therefore he wants to end his life. UP Chief Minister, you have Akhilesh Yadav as well, who's now planning to visit the Mutt to give his last condolences. So this was shocking. Of course, we're trying to find out if there is a lot more to this, if there's a CD of blackmail to this, if there what really went wrong, because just hours before the seer passed away, he had an interaction, not that day, just basically the day before, he had an interaction with the media. He looked absolutely fine and normal. So there are a lot of questions as to what may have gone wrong really, right? So CBI probe could also be likely because a lot of them are demanding for it. Let me shift focus to Maharashtra. We're looking at the IT department that claims that they have found enough evidence against former Maharashtra Home Minister Anil Deshmukh. They say that the trust that was owned by Anil Deshmukh allegedly concealed income to the tune of 17 crore rupees, and also he's allegedly laundered 4 crore rupees. So 30 premises of Anil Deshmukh has been searched. They've been searched on the 17th of September. So what more has the IT department found, that remains to be seen. But the ED has sent out multiple summons to Anil Deshmukh, but he is not adhered to even one. So they are also mulling over approaching court over the same. Karnataka government, Basuraj Bommai today has tabled a bill to protect any demolition of temple shrines. So this has come as a big move. Remember, there was the Mahadevamma temple in Mysuru that was demolished recently based on the Supreme Court order. Supreme Court had ordered that in 2009 that any illegal structures, religious structures on any public place should be demolished. It must be razed down. So based on that, there was the DC of Karnataka who was carrying out that demolition drive, and that created quite some ruckus among several Hindu groups, along with the Congress as well, jumped into the fray, saying that how can you preach Hindutva, but here you're demolishing a temple. That apart, you had Hindu groups extensively condemning the BJP government, many of them within the BJP itself, like Pratap Simha, who's an MP of the BJP. He condemned the ruling party's decision to demolish a temple, saying that this is not done and this is, hurting religious sentiments, etc. So now Basuraj Bommai has tabled a bill that is set to provide protection to any illegal religious structures. Now this what happens is it almost supersedes the Supreme Court's order. So that remains to be seen how valid and legit this bill is going to be. It's yet to be tabled in the assembly. It's got to be approved in the assembly, only then it will come into play. So we're looking at this bill that almost will circumvent. It's aimed at circumventing that 2009 Supreme Court order. Now, this bill also furthermore restricts any unauthorized religious structures and construction on public places, aims to protect communal harmony. It also protects any temple from being demolished. Basically, this bill is to protect any temples from being demolished henceforth, after all that criticism Bommai received. Now, whether this is possible, whether this is legal, because it's almost superseding what the Supreme Court has said in 2009, that remains to be seen. That apart, Basuraj Bommai received a lot of flack for this temple demolition. In fact, the Hindu Mahasabha leader almost gave a threat message to Basuraj Bommai, and this is what he said: "We killed Mahatma Gandhi, we can get you too." This is exactly what he said, because the temple was demolished. So did Basuraj Bommai come under pressure by Hindu groups, as well as his own party members like Pratap Simha and a few BJP leaders, and even the Congress? Did he come under pressure and put this bill down? That's the big question now. Now we are looking at Raj Kundra, Shilpa Shetty's husband, who's finally walked free from prison after 2 months. He walked out of the Athar jail visibly thin. Looked quite frail. He in fact says that this is conspiracy, and he's just made a scapegoat for whatever reasons known by the investigative agency. So he gave a bond of 50,000 rupees. He stepped out. He's been accused of producing pornography and pushing many vulnerable women into pornography as well, which is of course illegal in India, as we know. But Raj Kundra has time and again said that this is not pornography. Yes, it's erotica, but not pornography. He says that they have not flouted any rules under the book of law. So if anything, this is just a conspiracy. He's being made a scapegoat. Now, we're looking at some ruckus between the Congress leader in Telangana. Congress and the TRS leaders, both of them are quarreling. It's funny actually because the Telangana Congress chief Revanth Reddy has dared Chief Minister KCR's son, KT Rao, that if you want to carry out awareness against drugs, then I dare you to take a drug test. He's actually invited him for a drug test. Only then he says that he has the right to carry out initiatives against drugs. So this is of course not gone down well with KT Ramarao. He has now pulled in Rahul Gandhi. He says, I will do a drug test if you tell your chief Rahul Gandhi to do a drug test as well. So this is really embarrassing for both on both sides. We're also looking at the word of the quarrel between the two. This argument has also led to Revanth Reddy saying furthermore that in that case, why don't you take a lie detector test? You and your father take a lie detector test for all the corruption cases in the state of Telangana. So obviously KT Rao, very upset, has now filed a defamation suit on him. Now, quick word on the kind of terror activity that's happening along Jammu and Kashmir. We hear that the agencies have got wind of a big Talibani terror recruitment plan. We hear that Taliban, along with ISI, has started to radicalize many people, many young youths in Jammu and Kashmir. As per the information that we get, about 82 youths have been currently brainwashed and they've been attempting the Talibanis, along with the ISI, help of the ISI, have been pushing these people into following the Taliban's ways and radicalizing them with the help of social media. So the agencies say that 48 of them, they've extensively used Twitter, social media platforms like Twitter, to actually radicalize these youths. Agency says that 48 have joined the Lashkar-e-Taiba. Out of those 82, about 48 have joined Lashkar-e-Taiba, 16 have joined Hizbul Mujahideen, 6 have gone to Jaish-e-Mohammed, 11 to Al-Badr, and 1 to Ansar Ghazwat. So this is the epicenter in Jammu and Kashmir. They are looking at South Kashmir as this vulnerable area where many youths have been radicalized. And 62 out of the 82 recruits are from Anantnag, Pulwama, Kulgam and Shopian. These are the areas where the youth have been extensively brainwashed. A quick word on External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar has now had a word with his British counterpart, UK counterpart, Elizabeth Truss, on why exactly Indians who are fully vaccinated need to mandatorily go through 10-day quarantine period in United Kingdom. We hear that some other countries are exempted, but Indians who go to UK will have to go through a quarantine period of 10 days. Even if they're fully vaccinated, that's not recognized. So Jaishankar has now had a word with them to see if this can be negotiated, because you know how many Indians live in the United Kingdom. So this is unfortunate that Indians have no choice but to go through quarantine. This is the kind of discrimination displayed by the United Kingdom against Indians particularly. A final note and a good news, respite for people who want to invest in real estate. We're looking at, due to the festive season, many banks have lowered home loan, the interest of home loan to 6.7%. That's fantastic. So if you are looking to buy a home or a home buyer, wanting to invest at the earliest, then this is the time, because it's the lowest that it's been in years. Thank you very much for watching. Stay safe.